everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be back. It's literally been what, a year and a half since the last time I uploaded a video, which is horrible, I know. But I'm just super stoked to be back. I can't wait. This is the first video in a series of videos that I will be releasing every single week until the end of March. So today, first adventure number one since I've been gone, is camping. I went camping in Morocco, in Merzouga, Morocco actually. But I want to talk to you guys about what to expect when you go to Merzouga, Morocco to camp, and the things that you should bring, the things that you shouldn't bring, and just an outline of the whole entire experience. So I flew into Fez and I spent some days in Fez. I spent about like 4 days in Fez, which was awesome. Those vlogs are coming soon. So I spent some time in Fez and then I took the train from Fez to Marrakesh. I did not have the time to really go around Marrakesh to see Marrakesh. That was not my plan. I was simply there to go camping. So I ended up booking a camping group tour. I got to Marrakesh, I had some dinner, and I went straight to sleep because I had been traveling. And so early that morning, the bus came to pick me up, and we headed off into the desert. We were walking to get to the square, and I'm headed to the desert for 2 days. Now it's a 4 to 5 hour ride down to the desert, but you do stop along the way to get snacks, water, to use the bathroom. They make sure that you're kind of okay, and whenever you need to stop, they stop for you. And then we stopped at a village, which we toured. It was the Berber village, and they gave us a tour of that. So we stopped there for about an hour and a half, I think, and we went around and we saw everything. And then we stopped for lunch. We did some more talking, some more socializing. So throughout the day, that long ride, I mean, you feel it while you're sitting down in the bus, but then they stop along the way to do different activities, so it's not as strenuous. I think we reached the site at around, I'd say about 5 or so, 5:30. And when you reach the site, you take everything out of the van and you get on camelback. So we got to the campsite, everybody takes off their bags, and then you're socialized. I had met this young Australian woman and we teamed up. So we decided we were gonna bunk together. This is home for the night. This is our tent. I call it glamping because it's not like, you know, the hard knock type of little plastic tent on the floor type of thing. It's not that. This is pretty, so it's just 2 of us in here, so me and May, and that's it. It should be a very comfortable night. Yeah, so glamping 1-on-1. It's well insulated and it was very comfortable, very clean. And once that's done, you put your stuff down and everything, and then you go out and they have like this open space in the middle of the campsite where the porters are playing drums and there's a fire going, and you just relax and you take it all in. I absolutely love the desert, and so just laying back, looking at the stars and everything else, it was just so gorgeous and so peaceful. That's my type of thing, you know? And then we connected with 2 other Australians, so we ended up talking, and I just love the Australian wit. So yeah, it was pretty dope. After that, you go to the dinner tent and they give you about like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you're just sitting, talking, eating. You can sit down on the outside and you can just sit around the fire if you like. You can do whatever you like. It's a camping experience that's not so managed, which is what I like. They still give you room to do whatever you want to do. You know, it's not like a planned schedule of we're gonna do this at this time, we're gonna do that at that time. It's not like that. You have time to lay down and to talk, to enjoy the stars and do all of those things. So yeah, so that was that. So the next morning, before the sun rises, you wake up, and breakfast is bread and tea, or bread and coffee, or bread and water. Good morning from the desert. So that's the group right there. these are the tents that we slept in last night, and this is pretty cool. This is where you come to brush your teeth, in the back here. Just in the back here, nothing special. Like literally just in the back here. Everybody brush their teeth and wash their face with water bottles. And that's it. Ain't no bed, my boy. You know, that's a run through, a really quick outline of how it was. And after that, we jumped back onto the camels. The buses came for us, and then we were headed back to Marrakesh. And of course, while you are going back to Marrakesh, they are going to do the same thing. They're going to stop along the way. So we stopped to a bunch of rest stops. We stopped to have lunch, and then we went to this huge clay city, which I don't remember the name. This is the name of it. I call it Young Kai because I am a Game of Thrones fan, and let me tell you, so we get there, and our tour guide comes in, and he's taking us through this huge clay city, and he takes us through it, and I'm so tired because it's hot, and I'm hungry, always hungry, but it's hot. And when we get up to like a certain level of this city, because it just goes up, well, they start showing us these photos of Game of Thrones, and they're behind the scenes and everything, and I'm like, wait, what is this? That particular tour, I was not paying attention at all. And so when they started showing these behind the scene pictures, I was like, what? What's this? What is this? And he was like, yeah, they shot this. This is Young Kai. This is the place that they called Young Kai. And I was like, what? I didn't take a picture. I didn't take a picture of me in front of Young Kai. Come on, man. Young Kai, if you are Game of Thrones fans, that's one of the slave cities that Dany freed. And you know, and there's like this shot of her being elevated on top of everybody, and they're calling her Misa, Misa, Misa. That is Young Kai, okay? So I'm like, taking pictures now. I'm awake. I'm fully awake. I'm alert. I want to take every photo. I want to know what's going on. When did they shoot this? What happened here? So yeah, so that was an experience. So after that, we explored the village some more. Like I said, the whole thing is made out of clay. People actually live there and they still do business there. So we had lunch and we headed back to Marrakesh. So that is basically it in a nutshell. I don't want to give you too much details of the experience simply because you can adjudicate when you get there. But here are a few things that I think that you should bring with you when you go to the desert. So the first thing you want to bring is probably like a 2-liter bottle of water. That helped me so much because that's the water that I use to brush my teeth. That's the water that I use to wash my face. I didn't have to bring anything in regards to drinking water, even though if you do want to have reserve, you can, because at the camp they give you water. But what if you get up in the middle of the night and you need some water? You don't want to get up out of your tent and go find a porter to get some water. So it makes sense to bring you a 16-ounce bottle of water as well as the 2-liter. The 2-liter helps a lot. The second thing you want to bring are wet wipes. Wet wipes are important in any situation. You want to bring some sanitizer with you. I know a lot of people don't use sanitizer because they say that it spreads the germs, but if you are somebody that needs that extra bit of clean and you are cool with sanitizer, bring some sanitizer with you. The other thing that you want to bring, a hat that covers the back of your neck. The camping tour that I went on, we were not in the desert during the daytime. However, when you do go on the different tours in the clay cities, it is really hot out there and the sun is just beaming down on you. So you want to get something, a hat that covers your neck. Me personally, I went out there with just my baseball cap on, and so, but it doesn't give you like protection, you know? And don't wear black because I wore black out there. I mean, I had on a black shirt, black hat. Bad idea. It's my favorite color, but it wasn't for that type of heat. And the last thing I would advise for you to have would be a portable charger. You want to have a portable charger. There were no outlets or anything like that in my tent, so there was no way for me to charge my phone. You want to always, and I'm not just the desert, not that just the desert that you want to have a portable charger. You should always have a portable charger with you. So here are the things that you don't want to bring with you when you are camping in the desert. You do not want to bring your laptop with you, because we had 2 persons that were in our group that had laptops, and they were super paranoid because they ended up leaving their laptops in the van, and the van leaves to go out into the village at the end of the day, and it comes back for us the next morning. I mean, the area is completely safe, but laptops are such high value items you do have that extra caution there for sure. So you want to leave your laptop, whether you leave it in the Riyadh, I don't know, or just don't bring it with you on the trip on the whole. The second thing that you don't want to bring are really large suitcases. It is not practical at all. I mean, where are you going to keep it? You have to trek from the entrance of the desert to the campsite on camelback, and it's just not practical. And why do you need it? Especially if you're only going to be there for 1 night, 2 days. It makes no sense for you to be lugging around this big suitcase. We're advised to just bring backpacks, and that's where you keep your toiletries, your water, and any little gadgets that you might need, or any little snacks that you might need. That's where you would keep it. So anything outside of that, keep it at the Riyadh. So the last thing I want to say about the Merzouga camping, the amenities that you have at your Riyadh, you will not have them at this camping site. There are other camping sites that have running water. They have hot water. They have, I don't know if they have Wi-Fi, but they have hot water. You have your own room, your king size bed, all of these different amenities that you're used to. But this particular campsite, Merzouga, there's none of that. It is basic. And that's the experiences that I wanted, of course. And it's right up my alley in regards to cost. So yeah, so it's super basic. So there's nothing like that. So do not come with the notion that you are going to have your down comforter or your down pillows or anything like that. It is about 3 or 4 levels up from the little camping tents that you see in the bush, in the woods. It's like just 3 levels up from that, because you have porters and all that stuff. It's glamping. So there you go. So those are my do's and don'ts and mentions and things that you shouldn't do. Overall, it was a great experience. It was an awesome experience. That is the type of stuff that I love. I love camping. I love things that are outdoorsy. I just adore things like that. So I had an awesome time. I had a great time, and I like I said, I met some great people, and I just was super happy about it. So that is my little experience in Merzouga, Morocco, camping out into the Western Sahara that I totally loved. So I will see you guys next week for my next travel vlog. Bye.